Hey yeah, YouTubers, Tasman here bringing you another episode of Planet Explorers. In our last episode, we were up on the mothership, orbiting this wonderful planet called Maria, and some bad stuff happened. We all went down in lifeboats. Gertie and myself came down in this one. Uh, Gertie got a little more hurt than me. I'm fine, but that's okay. Let's see. So, here we are on the planet, and what I want to do is kind of make this so for people that are new to this series, so they don't have to go watch the old ones, or maybe they want to. It's your choice. I just wanted to do a quick overview over the interface of the game, just to, I don't think I ever did it quite complete. So anyway, as you can see, we have our main game screen. We have three elements down here at the bottom, and these are your main elements of the game, basically. So we have our character info here, and if we have little people following us, our little lackeys, we can do that. We click the little arrow and hide it. We have our hotbar. We also have our build bar. If we click on that, it turns into build, and we can build. We can hide that guy, bring it up, click it again, go back to regular hotbar play mode, and then we have our little option type thing and our mini map. And if we double click, or is it single? Yeah, I think it's 2 clicks on the mini map. Now the mini map turns into a big map. If you look here, you can see if you have different points that you've learned of locations, you can actually left click on it and say fast travel. Other words, you can actually right click and place a little icon or a waypoint. So we could say, a little diamond here. You can even give it a name, saying Taz. Hit OK. And then whenever we move over that, we can see that. To get rid of it, you simply move over it, right click, and it's gone. To get out of here, we just click the X or hit escape. If we click on our portrait here, we can actually see our information, our name, our health, stamina, oxygen, shield. I believe this is more of a force field and not necessarily armor level like a shield, how much defense or whatever. Then energy for battery items, our attack, how much attack we do, how much defense we do, and of course here's our clothes. We can, right now we have on a shirt, pants, and shoes. We can run around in our underwear if we want, but we don't want to. And then, of course, if you right-click on NPCs, like if you see this little exclamation point, that means she has a quest. So if we right-click on Gertie here,
hey,
we can see that she has quest. Now, if it's a pink little exclamation, I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's a tiny little exclamation point inside that pink box. That means it's a main quest, I believe. If it's blue, it means it's a side quest. And one rule of thumb is you might want to get rid of all your side quests before you continue main quests. So right now, there's no side quests, so we're not going to do those. Let's have Gertie tell us a little bit about where we are.
I checked the locator. We should be somewhere on the southern hemisphere. Oh, probably the Galileo continent. Here's a map.
So she gives us a map.
What is it now?
Let's ask her what happened.
Not what we were expecting, huh? Our first day on Maria, I think we hit something really hard coming down. Strange, though, since our radar system should have discovered any space fragment and avoided it. I wonder if my brother is all right.
And I'm sure he is, Gertie.
What have you been eating?
And finally, let's have her tell us more about Maria.
Did you not pay attention at all in colonization prep class on the way over?
Not.
Maria is the second planet orbiting the Epsilon Indi Star System, 11.83 light years away from Earth. It has 80% Earth mass, 26% oxygen atmosphere, and 83% surface water. It's very similar to Earth. Well, before that planet became a gloomy, polluted mess.
All right. So Earth is toast, so we're looking for new homes.
What have you been eating?
All right. So now various NPCs like Gertie also have a shop, And as you can see, there's not really two of each item. This little icon right here that looks kind of like a thumb drive, I think is what they say it is, means it's a script. It means it teaches you how to build this item, where this is you just purchase. As you can see here, for example, if I wanted to buy a water picture, I have to pay 82, and that little icon there is a chunk of meat. So everything is in meat. We have 491 meat on us. Wait, maybe that's how much Gertie has. How much we got? We have none. Well, that helps. And so there is that. So we're going to leave Gertie. Actually, let's do one other thing. We're going to start our main mission. So this won't read it. So I got slammed hard when we crashed. There should be an emergency kit on the lifeboat, but I couldn't find it. Can you look around for it? I could use the herbal juice in there right now. It might be covered by dirt. So let me give you a wood shovel script. You took the new planet survival course, right? Of course not. So here we have our options. We can say the what, or we can say I know what I'm doing. We're going to go ahead and just say the what, so she gives us a little more explanation of things. Oh dear, alright, let me forward this to your mobile PC. I'll explain how to use some of the tools you have.
What is it now?
Alright, so this is our mobile PC, and I'll show you how to get into this. Let's move Gertie over here for a moment. We have our main thing. We can turn off the big chunk over here anytime we want. So we could, if you want, you could leave this guy up. Actually, it's not going to let us do it because we're in tutorial still. But we have a help. This will teach you about the game. You can see that, go figure, the little circle with the plus under it represents female items. So you can see right there has a little of that. That's a male item. So on and so forth. I'm not going to go over everything here. We'll kind of go over it, but it talks about items, control, building, save buildings, and scanning. So our main components is the help. We have the scan. This will help us find ores on the planet. As you can see, it's kind of a 3D, and can't see us real well, but we're that little tiny blue dot right there. And then later in the game, you can actually set up rail systems like a monorail, and you can give them names and all that fun stuff. So let's go ahead. We're going to close that out. Now let's talk about how to get these different windows. So we're going to close out Gertie just for a moment. This first one down here is our items, or our backpack. It has 3 compartments, or 3 categories. We have items, which is like our band-aids, our revival shot, some food, and our new script. So as you can see, this is a script. If we right click it, we learn it. You can tell you learn by the fancy sparkles. The next tab we have is our equipment, and this is things we actually have equipment wise. So we're going to put our knife down in slot number 1. Now it is good to know that you cannot select your things from clicking down here. You actually have to hit 1 through 9. So you kind of have to memorize once an item's in there. If you have the thing full, you have to kind of memorize which slot is which. Mouse wheel will actually simply zoom in and out. And then finally we have our resource tabs. We do not have any resources. We also have these 3 guys down at the bottom. This is to reorder. So as you can see, it just reordered. It's not necessarily alphabetic because, well, maybe it is. R-E, R-E-S, R-E-V. No, that's not alphabetic. And C. No, that would be first. Maybe it's reverse alphabetic. I don't know. But that will reorganize your items, and if they're degrouped or split apart, it'll actually put them back together. We have the split one. If we click it and then we click on a thing, we can say, oh, I want to split out, say, 6 of those, and now we have 6 of those. And it always puts this little new on things that have changed since the last time you've been there. So if we reorder, that should put them back together. There we go. And then we have delete. To get rid of the split, we just click it again. Delete, we just click on an item and it would delete it. We're not going to delete anything because all our items are precious to us. Alright, so that's the inventory. Next we have our missions tab, and that's where this little guy came from. If you ever lose it, if you click on missions, it'll pop it back up. And I like to just keep that kind of handy. But as you can see, we have main story quests and side quests. and it gives you a little bit about it, who gave it. If you're supposed to actually submit to someone else, generally they'll put it there, and then it tells you what to do. Find the emergency kit, and we can see it somewhere around the lifeboat. So here's our lifeboat. We also have our replicator. This is our building. So right now, as you can see, if we click that, we have no wood, and it takes 10 to build one shovel. So we definitely need to go get some wood. Down here, we can craft more than one if we want. We can always max it out, which is one because is none actually, because we don't have anything, or minimum always sets it to 1. Click the hammer here to build it. You can sort through things. These are all categorized, so like if I wanted a weapon, I can actually sort the list by weapons, by armor, by tools, turrets, consumables, resources, parts, and decoration. So obviously a shovel is a tool, so there it is in there, but we have it on all. So that's how you basically do crafting. We'll actually be doing a bit of that in just a minute. This one we're not going to go into. This is the creation system. It actually kind of launches a side application to the game where you can actually create new items that you can use, like new weapons and stuff like that. Next we have our handheld PC. This is also the mobile PC she was talking about. As you can see, it looks very familiar. Like I said, if you click the little house, it makes it all go away. So if you want to keep this guy, can we not move you? Let's see if we can move it with, no, we can't move that one. So if you want that floating in the middle of your screen, just leave it. And then finally we have the colony, and I haven't had much experience with this because in earlier episodes and stuff we never got this far. But as you can see here, we have objects, personnel. This is where you can actually maintain NPCs that you have, which I believe are these guys maybe, or it might be other NPCs that have joined your colony, and then other NPCs where you can set what their profession is and stuff like that. So there you go, there's that. I'm sure we'll get a chance to do some stuff with this as we progress through the game. Alright, and that's about it. Then we have our map. It tells us the current time. The weather is sunny. We can turn that on and off. We can turn that on and off. Everything shrinks and grows. See, even that guy. Alright, so anyway, that's pretty much it. The days, I believe they are 26 hours. I think this goes up to 26 and then resets down to 1. So our first task is to get some wood because we need wood to make a shovel. So we're just going to come up to this tree. Make sure, as I said, you cannot click on this to equip it. You actually have to hit number 1, unless maybe I don't know something. Now, as usual, using the right tool for the right job will yield a faster harvest. Knife isn't really, this is kind of a multi-tool, but it's our knife, and it kind of works like an axe. But if we actually had an axe, it would work faster. Also, around on the ground, you'll see plants like this. It used to be a lot worse, but now you can actually just kind of, you can much easier pick things. And it's a good idea as you're running around to pick as many things that are in your path that you can, because there will be quests or items that you end up needing at some point. Let's see, can we cut you down? We're just going to cut down a couple trees, get a good amount of wood. We'll go build our shovel, and we'll go do that quest, and I think by then we'll be just about out of time. This might go just a little bit long. I want to at least accomplish that first quest. Now, as you can see right there, it shows you the things that you harvest from your tree. It's not always just wood, like that other one had what was it, resin and some plant fibers or something. So let's go ahead, cut down this tree, and we'll cut one more. So we got wood, and that's it. 7 wood it looked like. Now also, the bigger or tougher the tree is, the slower it actually cuts down, even with the right tool. But with the wrong tool, it cuts even slower, or it won't cut at all. Like, I couldn't use a pickaxe to get this tree down. So hammer, hammer, hammer. After we get this tree, we're going to go ahead and we will gather some other things that are nearby as we head back to Gertie. There we go. Oh, we got some rubber and some resin from that one. So let's just grab, I think this is Lotus, and we'll just kind of head back to Gertie, looking for any type of things to pick up. Doesn't look like there's much. Alright, so actually we don't need to head back to Gertie. So I do know that the thing we're looking for is buried over here. You can kind of see it right here. And as we get near it, as you see, it turns blue. Now if I right click on this, without even digging it, we can actually open it and it'll accomplish the quest, because that's all we have to do is find it. But we want to do it a little bit right. So let's go here. We have 55 wood. It costs 10 to make a shovel. We want to make one. Bam. Shovel. Pretty easy. And if we go to equipment, now we have a new shovel. We can say put it in slot number 2. Press 2. Now when you are in a tool such as a shovel, you'll see this blue bubble. If it's red, it means you're out of distance or you can't dig there or whatever. If it's blue, it means go ahead. And it's kind of weird. Sometimes you click once to tell it where you want to be, like click there, and then click a second time. Other times, I might just be able to click once. Let's just... one more and we should be able to get in there. Alright, that's good enough. Like I said, we could have got in there right from the get-go, but more fun this way. So if we open this by right-clicking, you'll see it has some scripts. Now this is a good thing to know, is Gertie, she sold a lot of these same scripts. If I would have bought them, then I would have just had to delete these scripts. So if I right-click on them, it'll simply transfer them over to my proper area, but there were no resources, so we're good. As you can see, there's also a flashlight in here. Under resources, there's 1,000 meat, so that's like 1,000 units of money. And there we go. So it's always good, check all 3 tabs in storage things. There we go. Let's see. So now we're done there. As you can see, Gertie's saying, good work, you found it. There's an herbal juice script in there. Can you replicate it and bring it to me? So we need to go make her some juice. So as you can see here, get herbal juice and give it to Gertie. Let's see, I think we're out of time. We're gonna quickly go in here and learn our new scripts. And in the next episode, we'll go ahead and do this stuff. Reorganize. There we go. And anyway, guys, I really hope you're enjoying this series. I really think this is a cool game. It has tons of potential. It is still early access, I believe. I don't think it's ever been released yet. But it is a really fun game. Lots and lots of potential. If you found this video helpful or entertaining in any shape, way, or form, I would greatly appreciate it if you click the thumbs up button down below. Helps me tremendously with motivation and stuff like that. And that also helps me actually on YouTube get better search results and such. Aside from that, guys, comment and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter if you want to know what's going on in my world. And until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.